Hey everyone, it's the next video I'm making for no reason whatsoever. Yes, I'm making it for a reason, right? Okay, so we're gonna rank Ratuki go-around games. I'm just gonna knock this out as well. We're gonna knock Trouble out as well. These are just the easiest to start with, and we'll see where we go from there. So, anyway, let's take a look at the first game. So, Zachary versus Eli. This one was, alright. Let's see how it goes. So, they start going for it. You know, one of them has a card. They're playing pretty safe. Just regular old Ratuki. Keep tagging. And then the fives come out. Okay, so the fives come out. Red team plays the 5. They got a freeze. They take advantage. They quickly backfire. But they can't really use it to their advantage. They get stuck again. Red team continues to just demolish. And the game goes just kind of downhill from there. Because the action is not where it should be. The yellow team has to catch up. And it kind of looks like the red team is going to run away with it. They're starting to catch up to play the card. But it's too late. Too late, they play the wrong card. Once they play the wrong card, it's all over. And, you know. The game was average for me. Like, it was good. It had, like, towards the middle, it was good with the 5s. And then once the 5s happened, then the red team just took advantage. It just kind of fell downhill from there. And the fact that the red team wasn't able to catch up, I felt if the game had kept going, the red team would have continued to still win, but it wasn't necessarily meant to be. So, switch over to our next game, which is episode 21. Sooner, rather than later. So, this game has the infamous Brad moment, but let's just see how it pans out. So, red team plays a card. Red team's about to play another card. Thankfully, they didn't mess up right there. I was, like, gonna be so mad if they messed up right there, because the game would have been over by the second card or something. Anyway, so, Carol and Dylan just chilling at the go-around. You know, they chill, they play the card, tags Brad, and, well, the game is over. You know, the negative thing about this game is Yellow Team's mother didn't even get to play anything. She just sat there, which is sad. She should have gotten a chance to play, which is negative. I'm not gonna explain the joke. I think Todd has explained it to everybody already. So, oh wow, we made a tier for this. Self-explanatory. So, next one, Demonier versus Isabella. This one was, okay, so, basically, this one was interesting because you had the 5 get played as the yellow team was about to win, and so the yellow team was about to win. They end up getting, so the red team gets frozen. The yellow team just like goes crazy. They just go crazy. They just keep placing the cards in the right order. I assume they're just going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or they're just getting lucky. I don't know. They're taking every advantage because, as you can see, Isabella right here, she just kind of lets go of the card and it just goes on the go-around. And so the red team tries to catch up. This would have been a downer game. Honestly, it would have been a downer ending had the yellow team just kind of won. Not because of the yellow team's skill, no doubt to their skill, but it's like just not interesting to watch. It's like one team demolishing the other. It's interesting to watch once, and then it's not interesting anymore. So, but then Damani pulls out the 5. It looks like it's gonna go crazy for a second, and then he plays the wrong card. Now that was just funny. That's just gold right there. That's a good game. I kind of want to put it in Final 5. Okay. I'm putting it in Final 5. Remember, this is all personal preference. Let's not... You can state your opinion in the comments if you like this video. That's cool. If you dislike this video, that's cool as well. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But, you know, keep that opinion to yourself and... You know, unless you have something constructive to add, there's really no point in adding it. So... Anyway, I think that was a good game. You played a 4 on it too, Demania. I think the problem was, so... I've been theorizing why she played the 4 on the 2, and I think it's because when the yellow team froze the red team, Todd said something like... Okay, so Todd's gonna say something. So he says, keep playing, yellow. Get as many cards as you can while they're frozen. And then I think that indicated to Demania, or the red team, that, you know... when we get the 5, we can play whatever we want. But the yellow team was actually still playing by the rules. So, when Demania went to play the 5, he just kind of went crazy and was like, okay, I can play whatever I want, so... And yeah, that ended up losing the game. So, that was 5. So, our next game is 226. So, let's see where it is. Anyways. So... Anyway, so... I hate ads. Anyway, so... Minute to Win It episodes. I've actually edited another episode. Another episode will come on soon. It's gonna happen sooner rather than later. But the Miss Universe episode will be airing on the night of Miss Universe. I actually looked it up and it was on the same night. So that's when that will be coming out. The Life episode series will be coming out every once in a while, 5 minutes or less, every 5 couple days. I'm almost done with it, everything's almost scheduled, so that's good. Minute to Win It Wiki is not the best type of thing right now. I mean, I did all the tips and tricks, we're done with that. But I don't know where to go from here. As for Minute to Win It, I want to create tier lists, I want to keep going with that, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. So we'll just see what happens. So anyway, next game. Sorry, that's just in the background. I'll try to edit that out. Remember, still new with this. So, 226. Interesting. Because it's probably the slowest game ever. Both teams are just ridiculously slow at everything they're doing. So slow. The jokes are pretty funny, to be honest with you. It's Mamo Imamo. So, okay, so the red team can't tag each other properly, which, I mean, you do want to tag each other properly, you don't want to get caught cheating, if that's what you call it, but... You know, Iman's team, smoking them. Although the red team is having lots of fun. I think that's a positive thing. But the red team's problem is, so, like, you know, they would wait and just play the card, and then if they couldn't find a spot, they would wait, and then not find a spot, and it's just like, why would you run back? You've already spent so much time. You know, there was a thing once. So, like, right here, Amon's sister, she comes up, she says, I don't think there's anything on the go-around, let me just tag my dad, you know. And you place this card. That's effective strategy. Can't find a spot on the go-around? Tag a family member. You know. Thing is, by the time the red team even got halfway through, the yellow team was, like, literally on the verge of winning. Do I think it's a good game? I mean, not really. I think it's average, personally. It's average. I mean, it is a good game. Amon missing the 5 a couple times is pretty good, but... The tagging was eh. It was kind of downer. I'm actually gonna put it in downer ending. So, anyway, we move on to Jocelyn versus Grace, and this was pretty funny. I mean, she puts the 5 on, and Todd's telling her, no, you can't put the 5 on. So, Jocelyn plays the wrong card. Oops. They get frozen, which is a good example of the new rule. I forgot to mention the new rule. So, the new rule was, if you play a wrong card, you get a 10-second penalty. And that's applied to yourself. You can only give the penalty to yourself. You can't give it to another team. So it makes the game less interesting. Personally, less fun. But I think it was a measure that needed to be taken to increase the length of the game. Just personally. Because games were ending way too early. But seeing like 5s clash is pretty fun too. But, you know, it's just... the new format allows for better... it allows for a lengthy game. So, anyway, so the game gets pretty heated. Like, this was a close game. Like, this was close. This was going to be down to the wire. This one was going to be close. And then, all of a sudden, the yellow team gets the penalty. Red team takes advantage. By the time they're back in, they're in gridlock. Like, look at the Ratuki go around right now. Well, it may seem like they have 5 cards. They actually only had 2 cards. Her mom had a card, and then Grace had a card. So, and she had it too. There was no way for them to win at that point. Because they had a 2 and they had a 5. They can't play the 5 because, you know, they tried that, and, you know, obviously you can't play the 5 until the very end. And if you try playing the 2, well, you can't play it anywhere. Unless you give yourself another penalty, so... and the red team only had 1 card at this point, and it's 4 4s. I mean, the only way the yellow team was gonna win was giving themselves a penalty with the 2. The problem with them giving a penalty with the 5 was it didn't allow them to play the 2. Honestly, in that situation, you just want to play the 2, get the penalty, get it over with, and then just run up and play the 5. But, you know, even if that does create a penalty, when Jocelyn did the penalty, she was still allowed to play the card. But the final 5, you're not allowed to play it. You have to take it off the go-around. So, anyway. Besides the yellow team being gridlock. Red team wins. Cool. This one was... ooh, this is tough. I think that's a good game. That one was a good game. Very good game. Not, like, greatest territory just because of the way the yellow team kind of screwed themselves, but it was a good game. So we move on to the Winter Special. The holiday, closest game of Ratuki yet. You know, Tommy and Annalie are going for it. So... they're just going for it. Annalie's family is really coming out hot, you know. It's a close game the entire way through. There's not really a lot of action, but there is a lot of, will they catch up, will they not catch up, who's going to take the lead? It's a tie, and then it doesn't. And then the red team takes the lead, the red team looks like they're going to win, and then they get stuck somehow. So, okay, so the yellow team keeps playing cards. They're eventually able to make it 2 cards to 1. Now, the thing is, Annalie's family had 3 cards, because Carl's holding a card, she's holding a card, she just played the card. That might seem like 1 card, but Carl was holding the final 5, and she tagged her sister, which means they had more than 1 card. So, it's not really as close as it looks, although them making it look closer was definitely worth it. In this instance, honestly. I think it was worth it. For me to think they had 1 card left a year ago or something. Yeah, that was interesting. Also, the way she plays the card, like, look at her, look at the way she plays it. That's pretty funny. She's just, like, trying to use the least movement possible to play the card so she can get back and tag her sister. Yellow team wins, though, so. That was a pretty close game. I'm gonna put that in close, average, no. They put it in Final Five, we'll put it behind that. It's above this game. It's above the Grace game, but it's below the Isabella game. I'm actually gonna move Isabella down. I think this is the best game. It's below Isabella because Isabella dominating was a bit boring for a bit. It was just kind of boring. It wasn't that boring, but it was... It got somewhere. It didn't get somewhere. It didn't get anywhere. So... Card... Oh my god, the YouTube thing is saying card slam. Well, it is the card slamming frenzy. Oh well. So this game was actually... This was an interesting game, because the red team starts out, they're really not doing well. Mom's really carrying the team down, but... Sorry, Sheila. You know, be nice to all these families. So the L team plays slow and steady, they keep pace, and this... Okay, this was just funny. The way he tries to say, okay, no, I'm putting the card on. No, I'm not putting the card on. You know. So, anyway. So. I think this one has the most accidents on the go around. Just crazy stuff happening. Even though there are no penalties. So. Let's see. The red team is able to continue to assert their dominance. And... Ooh, okay. So that card doesn't count. Todd has to take it off. So, in this scenario, honestly, if the team wanted to take it off, I would have let them. But that should be an unspoken rule before. You know, by this time the red team had just dominated playing the cards for the second half of the game, because that's what's important. You can struggle in the first half of the game, but if you can learn from the mistakes and pick up the pace in the second half, you're golden. So, that was a good game. I liked how the yellow team had the lead, and then they completely lost it. So, that's a good game. The majority of these are pretty good, actually. I'm being optimistic today. It's either that, or I'm not being optimistic. So... The last one. This one's interesting. This one is, Jordan versus Ryan. And this one was very interesting to watch. I've watched this one so many times, and it could be anywhere on the scale. It could be a horrible game because of how fast it is. It could be kind of a downer ending. It could be, you know... It could be golden because of those crazy things that happen. It could be a good game. Penalty. The penalty really has a lot to do with it. The penalty and how it affects the game could really have changed everything. So, let's just see. So, they start, you know, everyone's playing well. Did they tag? I don't think I've noticed that. Yeah, that was a tag. I saw a tag. Okay. So, anyway, red team is playing slow and steady. The problem is when the yellow team is playing, the red team is doing this. And you'll see it later. You'll kind of see the hints I'm talking about. So, okay, so the yellow team starts to play, keeping pace. Yellow team is still ahead. You know, everyone's keeping pace. It's a very quick game. Everyone's just playing cards. It goes by faster than just... It just goes by really fast. So, right here was the crucial moment where they're just playing cards. They play like 3 cards in the span of 10 seconds. The craziness was crazy. They're playing like card after card. And it just keeps going. Problem is, while this was happening, you know, he gets kind of stuck for a bit, but while this was happening, and you'll see it right now, so, like, you'll see, she plays the 4, and Ryan was playing the 3. That was the same 4 she played, like, that was that 4, you know, she played that, And then she was playing that. And then Ryan played that. So, you know, Ryan and his mom alternate for a bit, and that was really good. That was a very good thing that happened to them. And at this point, Jordan does not have the penalty. It may seem like Jordan got the penalty, but we can see, I think, his brother on the other side. Jordan's brother. Yeah, so, okay, Jordan's brother, he comes up, he plays the card, boom. They play the final 5, get the penalty. Okay, so, I gotta explain something. So, Jordan was kind of mad. You know, his anger was justified. He thought they had it, but his mom still had a card that she had to play. But they were close. Now, I cannot fault him for this. Like, the siren was off. Like, he should be telling his mom to go. He should be telling his mother to go. Because, you know, the siren's off. Like, that's the point. Like, Todd told you, look at the siren. When the siren is off, you can... And we can see on Ryan's side that the siren's still going. Siren's still going. You know, it goes off. It's not on this side anymore for sure. And by the time he's played the final 5, it's all over. I assume she had a 4. Yeah, she had a 4. So, there's 2s and 4s. She needed a 3 or a 5. There's no 5s on the thing. There's no 3s. They're in gridlock. Red team wins. I need to not call it gridlock. What's it called? Slot lock. No, that doesn't make sense. Slam lock. That's a good one. Slam lock. You're in slam lock because it's card slam. Okay, whatever. This one I put it in good. That was average. Actually, that was a good game. I'm putting that in good game because that was a good game. I kind of want to put it... It's better than 220 for sure. 220 was good at the beginning, then it faltered. This one didn't really falter. It falters towards the end, but it doesn't really falter. I still think 229 is better, though. Weirdly enough, I shouldn't be making that. I think this game is better, actually. Because this game was kind of boring. But it was longer, so that makes it interesting, but at the same time... You know, the yellow team struggles to catch up and they can't really play anything. So, yeah, that's the Ratuki go-around compilation. So, anyway, let's see. I think we're good on that. So, bye everybody.